Hi YouTube friends, it's Karen. How are you today? Good, I hope. Got one final Halloween thing I'm working on that I wanted to share. And then I'm switching over to the classic bottles. I have this one. I showed you it was from my 65th birthday. Caramel Smirnoff caramel vodka was in that one. And my grandson just gave me this one. He was collecting. These both came from my grandson. He was collecting the bottles, but he gave them to me to craft with. This one came from Bahamas or the Caribbean, I can't remember, but it was a rum. I believe it was Caribbean's. A dark rum in here, so they went on a cruise and they brought this back to them. So I'm going to be using this one. Okay, so first of all, I wanted to do this last Halloween. I have a 2-liter soda bottle here. That hurts. I'm sleeping, setting up. I know I keep complaining about it, but I can't move. Alright, cut the top off. Just right around where it domes. Cut the top off. I cut a paper towel roll in half. Oops, sorry baby. Kitty's joining us this morning. I cut the paper towel holder roll in 2 pieces. The cardboard tube. I have 2 small foam balls. These are 1 inch. I have my black paint. I have my black marker. I have a paintbrush. I have my Mod Podge and a bowl. And I have the cheesecloth. And I have some felt pieces here. I think that's it to do this project. Oh, and fairy lights. I have some fairy lights over here. They're from Temu, and they weren't working. I just took them out of the package. But they were all knotted up, so I had to go through and find where the knot was that was pinching off. The blue ones were working, but the rest of them weren't, so fairy lights were in here. So I didn't cut this even, so let's trim that up a little bit better. Doesn't matter because it's not going to sit flat anyway, but good enough. Alright, so let's get started here, shall we? Get this out of my way. Get down the kitty cat's way. She's giving me dirty looks because I keep putting stuff in front of her. She's trying to get over here in front of me. Alright. So first of all, I'm going to cut some cardboard. I don't have any more thick cardboard left, so I'm going to have to tear this in half. Ugh. And double it up so it's thicker. May want to do it again. Yeah, fold that half again, so I'm going to have four layers, so I want it thick enough. You gotta make me some room. I'm gonna put all this over on the shelf later. I put up my, before Halloween gets here, I put up my sign. I said my backdrop. It's gonna be Halloween. I haven't hung it yet. I've been busy doing this. I'm gonna set up my shelf over there. Put my little goodies here I made. Alright. Cut that down so I can handle it. Get my marker. So what you're going to do is you've probably all seen this done a million times, but you're going to take your piece of paper towel holder tube here, and then you gotta turn you down, you can't see. Oh, goodness gracious. I didn't eat my Wheaties. I don't want to move the tripod because it takes me forever to line it up to get an angle. Okay, hot glue. On the tube. Then around it, make sure it stays on there. And then you take the styrofoam ball, put some hot glue on that. And glue it onto that. Just like that. Do the same thing with the other one. I'm hoping I don't get 99 burns today. My eyes actually opened up a little bit more so I can see a little better. Yay. I cleaned it up real good today. The doctor said I can clean up the goop now, so actually take a shower and let the water hit my face, but only on a really light spray, very, very light spray. Haven't done it yet. I was gonna shower this morning, but I sat here being lazy. Couldn't get up and go. Sitting here drinking coffee, watching YouTube, catching up. So many of my people that I haven't watched for so long. I had to get caught up. Okay. I didn't bring up any spears. I know, being unorganized is no excuse, but it is what it is. I'm doing the best I can. Okay. So while they sit there and that glue hardens up, you want to make sure it's good and dry. Set it off to the side. We're going to mix up our, well, mix up nothing. We're going to put some Mod Podge in a bowl. My jammies. I did put on an actual shirt, but I got my Eeyore Jamma pants on. I did put on an actual t-shirt before I started the video. Put some Mod Podge in the bowl. I could find my plastic gloves, but I could not find them. So I'm going to make a mess. I got 2 chunks of cheese. I have this cheesecloth. Came from Walmart originally years ago. I don't have a price on it anymore. I know you can buy it over in the Canon section. That's where I bought this. cut my head right completely off, put it up a little bit. You know where they sell the picklet and stuff. Make jellies and jams and pickles. You can find it over there. Dump that in there. Get it all on the glue. You could do this with regular Elmer's glue too, but Mod Podge was on top, so that's what I grabbed out. Same thing. Okay, let that soak up that glue. Set that off to the side. Pull this over here. Take a marker or a pencil or pen or whatever you have handy. I'm just going to trace around this. Go inside underneath the ball there. Come around the tube. We got a little blob of glue there, so I'm going to have to cut through that, but just draw around it. I'm going to do this one. Hold it up for you. Start in front of the ball. Hit the glue, don't worry about it, because you're going to be cutting this. And just draw around. Now we're going to cut it out. Right where you traced around it. Yeah, I got big gob of glue there. You don't really have to draw the line. I usually don't. I usually just cut around it. But if you haven't done it before, draw the line. It makes it a lot easier for you. Okay. So you're going to get this. So it looks like a shoe. Now I'm going to glue these two pieces together because this, I don't think this is thick enough. It might be, but I want to make sure, so. I'm going to glue this glue together. Glue stick. Okay, now let's cut the other one out. Easy peasy so far, right? Sure is. Should be easy and quick. Shouldn't take too long. As long as part's going to be for it to dry, but. Almost went in glue. Hot glue. Yeah, come on. Stay together. And cut you the same size. One more piece. There we go. Yeah. This one and this one. Slipped off. There we go. Right. So we got those done. So now we have two little legs, two little feet. Take the soda bottle, the side that I cut open. I'll put it over here like this. Slide it down, and then glue it to the soda bottle. Gonna be our ghost body. But first, we gotta take care of the shoes. I just paint it all black if you want to. That'd be the easy way out. But I got some felt. I don't know if I got it black. I have a piece. Purple. There's grays. No, the colors go like that. Two pieces of the same color in here. Purples. These little squares felt from Temu. Don't waste your money. 4 by 4 inches. I mean, it's nice thick felt, but doesn't give you a whole lot of anything to work with. It's green. I don't got two of anything here. Any color. Pink. Orange. Light pink. Beige. Oh, look at that, there's another gray. Tan or brown. Alright, let's go with these for now. Another waste of my money right there. I don't think they're going to be big enough to cover this. No, they're not even going to be big enough. So, get your use. I've got some leftover of this from the witch. Let's use this. Piece of felt won't even cover, not even half of one. Alright, so we'll use some of this that we used on the witch's hat. This used to be my favorite shirt. But I got too fat for it. It went in the bag, the scrap bag. So what you want to do is just cover this up. Normally I'd put a piece of felt on the bottom then around the leg, and then I bring it, put another piece underneath there and bring it up over here, fold it to look like a shoe. But every color of the rainbow, but there's only one of each color, so it's not going to work. Temu got me on the broken fairy lights and got me on the 2 small squares. Okay, I think this will work just fine. So we're going to start by gluing it onto the bottom a little bit, just enough to hold it down, just right around the edge of the shoe, just a little line. Just enough to hook it there. We're going to cover that up. Right up. Uh-oh, that was too much. Okay. Put this up. And we're going to tuck this down. Pull this up out of your way. Make sure you have enough to tuck that down in there. And then you can glue this to the top. Okay, so you got your tube, or if it's not a tube, just material you wrapped around, whatever you have. You're going to pull it up like this, over the whole thing, and then hold it with your finger. You're going to tuck this down into where the styrofoam ball is. So make sure you have enough. I didn't measure, I just chunked off what was left on that sleeve. But it's going to work out. Get tucked down in there, and then you take the sides, and you're going to pull them up like this to make a boot. Okay, so first of all, pull this down. Put some glue down in there between your foam and your cardboards, so you can tuck that in. Right back up, and then start tucking. Pull it down and tuck. Don't want too much. Just enough to tuck it in. See, it's tucked in. Okay. Now you gotta pull up your sides, one side at a time. Put a dot of glue in there, right in the middle. Pull one side over, chuck it down, and then pull the other side over, and tuck it. It's hot, so let's do the scissors. Hold it till it dries. Okay. And then we're going to take the rest of this. Make sure that's dry. It ain't dry yet. Push down in there with. You need something. You don't want to put your finger in there. Down that tuck. There. sticking up there. Glue that back on. Alright. Now this is going to get pulled up to top. So now we want to put bottom on the sole. I want to use black, but I don't know. I think we've had enough of that. Yeah, close enough. Choose brown. A full piece of brown, or gray. Right? Let's do gray. Got a whole piece of that. That black's been cut. Piece cut off it. It jipped me. It's a little bit shorter than the rest of them. Wait enough. Wait that way. Yeah. Fold this in half. I'm gonna cut it in half. Oops. So if you got big sheets, this is a 4x4. I'm gonna use 2x2. So I don't have 4x4. Just set your shoe, if you got the regular size squares, just set your shoe down on it and trace around it. That's the easiest way, but that team will get me. And this is what they did. Okay, glue that on the bottom. Alright. Got some fabric too. I didn't read. That's also 4x4 squares. That was last year though. But I've been using them for different little craft projects. So. And I'll use this. It's just not, I dug this out for this project. It's not working. I'm going to make it work. And then we're going to trim it. Trim it around. Cut those corners off. There we go. Now he has a sole on his shoe. Now we're going to proceed to start pulling this up. This is stretchy, so I'm just going to tuck it on the inside of the roll. So I don't have a whole lot of it. Stick it out. Yeah. Good grip. Okay, so now you got little foot. I'm going to do the same thing on the other one. Glue that top in. And now we're going to just do the same thing. Exact same thing. Let's see, I have no more sleeve. Oh, do I have another piece of sleeve? A piece right here. No. That way. measure this one. Let's go all the way around it. It's falling over. Timber! Alright. This one's don't got a seam, so I gotta work with it. No seam. So we're gonna roll it. The way you're supposed to do it anyway. And take it right over to the middle of the styrofoam ball. Pull it down the bottom first, bottom of your material. Just a little bit so you can chuck it up. And then roll it over to the, make sure you leave that little bit. And roll it right over to the middle of the ball. And then glue it down. So it'll hold itself in place. And then run a bead of glue up your tube. You want to connect it. Push it down. Push it down into your ball. Okay. Move this piece down. We had a little extra. We'll just glue it down. This is stretchy. If you're using regular cotton, you won't have that problem. Okay, I just tacked it. I'm gonna wrap the other side around. Cut all this excess off. Don't need this. Cut back the scrap bag. Something else. Now you want to do the other side. I missed the toe. Let's put some glue on the toe. That's alright, we've got plenty of material here. Let's stretch it over there. Toe it. Touch over the toe. There we go. Tuck this in. Tuck all that down in. And we got another one. Now we just put the bottom on. Cut off some of this extra. We don't need all this. Glue this down. Up there. Pull it off. I'll hit it with a marker. I can't get it to stay. Okay, and my foot, my sole. Do that on. Okay. Now that part's done. And then we're going to move on to the ghost part. Mr. Beast. Alright. How's the legs? The legs are done. And that one stay. Alright. A little tuck. This little tucky there popped out. Okay. Now, my bottle. Do the ghosty part. Gotta get the white paint. Oh, it always sticks on so tight. Even if I wipe the edges off, it's up inside the lid. Because I do this. This is for my paint dish. That's why. And just do it like, doesn't have to be, you know, exact. Just, you don't want this plastic bottle to show through the cheesecloth. We're just gonna cover it up. Dab it on. Well, it's just been going 40 minutes. No, I'm not going to make this a two-parter, so it's just going to be a little bit long. You could skip through and just hit and miss it. Like this when I start painting. You can see what I'm doing. Just go on to the next part. It's not long enough to break up into 2 videos, but it's going to be a little longer than what I like. Get bored watching them. And they're over an hour. I know I do. You know, some people like to make them at least an hour long. Some of the bigger YouTubers, but I don't watch, to be honest, I don't watch them all the way through. I skip ahead. Especially if they're doing a Temu haul and they get one thing out of there and they want to spend 15 minutes talking about it, a purse or something that I got no interest in. I'll fast forward because I watch them on TV. I just fast forward them until I see them pull up the next thing out of the box. Then I'll stop it. And I'll watch it and I'll see what it is. And if they want to spend more than 10 minutes on talking about it, then I just fast forward on to the next one. I mean, I know they're giving a description, you know, trying to make it knowledgeable for you, but I get bored. So that's me. I got so many I want to watch, I ain't got time for that. I've got over 100 YouTubers that I watch. So I try to keep up with them every day. It don't happen. Okay. Set that down there. Paint on the table. It's alright, wash it off. It washes off. Thank goodness for that. Do this while it's wet because I want to finish it. So I'm going to take our little feet. Somehow you want them. Set one in front of the other so it gets walking. You can have one turning. You can have them side by side so you stand straight. You know, however you want them. I'm going to just put a great big gob of glue up in there so it'll hold. Don't let it sit there too long because it will melt your bottle. But on this particular case, it don't matter. Should have done this first. And then painted it right. Now I gotta hold it. My hand's covered in paint. It didn't stick. Stick. Glue the boot. Let's try that. Let's glue the boot. Absorb some of the heat. Squish him up inside there. Don't touch your socks, he's wet. Your hands are covered in paint. This is how I craft. If you were sitting here at the table with me, this is what I do. Your half table will be all neat and clean. My half's a mess. But that's how I roll. Alright, let me just touch this a little bit where I totally made a mess. Doesn't matter. Slide it up a little bit. Touching the toes. Alright, now we gotta get really messy. Take this cheesecloth, squeeze out the glue as much as you can. Get as much as you can out of there. I need to bring a bowl of water over here when I'm doing this. That's what I need to do whenever I'm painting and gluing. Mod Podging. I think it'll be enough, but this is what I started with. Then untangle it. Try to untangle it. Use sticky hands. I looked everywhere for my gloves. I got 2 boxes of disposable gloves. I couldn't find either one of them. Pick one's in with my resins. I don't know what the other one is. Get that draped out as best as you can. And drape it on there. Don't let it lay flat. Try to drape it. Stick it on there. The other piece. I think I'm gonna do this the easier way. I wanted to show you the right way, but I think I'm gonna do it the easier way. Out. Look at that. Just the front of them covered up. I can't pick them up because my hands are covered in glue. So hopefully you can see. Get some more. Do the back side. I'm gonna go Karen's way. So my hands are already covered in glue. I'm gonna do it this way. Set it up dead dry. And just drape it, because this is just sticking to them. I don't like it. It's not draping. It's just sticking. Oh, because the paint's still wet, right? I bet. I'll betcha. You want to bet? Karen, you want to bet with me? You're pretty good at guessing what I'm doing. Figuring me out. Alright, let's pull it up off the paint. There we go. Now we're getting a drape. And then let's get this glued down. This is what I want it to do. And I needed to wait for that paint to dry, and I didn't. I've been trying to hurry. I'm trying to get done. There we go. Let's cut another piece. I'm just cutting where it's folded. It's wrapped around that cardboard. I'm just cutting on that fold line. Not measuring nothing. This Mod Podge, I don't want to waste it. That's not expensive, but I don't want to waste it anyway. Ooh. Some more. Make some little drapes. One more. Well, what happened? Breaking. Something. A little heavy on this side. Another. One more piece. Right here. I'm just pinching it all together at the top. Slapping the glue up here on the top of his head. Moving that down. And then hanging this. Yeah. Like that. And I'll sit here and play with the creases later as it dries up a little bit. It's too wet. There we go. And shoes. A little bit so you can see his shoes. Stuck. Let go. Okay. Get him out of all this glue here so the shoes don't stick. Leaning. Why is he leaning? Like pushing up too far. Squeeze the cardboard too? No? Turn his foot up. There we go. He's alright. I just squeezed him too hard. Adjusted his leg. Well, I picked up everything off the table with my fingers. My sticky fingers. Get the glue off. I can't. Alright. So there's my little ghost. And we'll need some dry for him to sit on until he dries. Just stick him to the table and just sit him up here on this. Okay. Underneath his eyes and his mouth. Okay. Knocking him over here. There we go. Let him sit there and dry. stuff out of the way. There we go. I'm facing the camera. I've got these fairy lights. Put it up underneath it when it dries. These little fairy lights I'm going to put up underneath his cheesecloth. They're not real bright. I'm going to put those up underneath this cheesecloth. Oh, turn it on and waste some batteries. As soon as this, I gotta do some more draping. I'm gonna go wash my hands and try drape it up like that. There he is. And it took an hour and 50 minutes. Well, watch the beginning and skip to the middle and watch the end. All right. See you on the next one. Bye.